Dragonites. How's everybody doing? I hope you've all had a nice weekend. Mine was pretty good. We've sort of been recovering from having our out-of-state guests in the form of our kids and grandkids. So, a lot of the weekend was kind of spent getting everything back in gear and doing what needs to be done. You know how it goes when you have out-of-town company. So, anyway, thanks for your patience and, kind of holding the spot here on the channel until we got back. I wanted to do some completions. I'm a little late because, again, birthdays and out-of-town guests and the whole thing. But I do have just a couple completions that I wanted to go over for the month of February before it gets any further into March. Yeah, so also wanted to remind you guys that I'm going to read off the names that I currently have for Walk Like an Egyptian, which is the event coming up next month. Anything Egyptian, any of the Egyptian gods, Osiris, Ra, Isis, whoever. All work, anything with pyramids, anything with desert oasis, anything with scarab beetles, you know how it goes. Anyway, all fine. So here's who I have on the list for Walk Like an Egyptian starting on April 1st. Sugar Ray Crafts, Crafty Chef Diamond, Missy Nelson, Diamond Art Joy, Crafty Witch UK, Sedona LeBlanc, Diamond Art Crafter, Cubic Sea Painter, Sedona LeBlanc, Master Jedi, and Mike Weeks. Those are all the people that I currently have for Walk Like an Egyptian. So you do have until the 25th though to sign up for the event. I hope you do, because I'm working on some fun, some pretty interesting kind of fun prizes to go with, the ones I already had for the prizes. So yeah, there's going to be stuff. So if you haven't signed up, please do so, because we would like to see you. I would like to see you here in my little crafty world for the Walk Like an Egyptian event. Also, don't forget, we are also going to be doing Purple Haze. That's going to be in June. In August, we're going to be doing Zodiac. You can do American or the Chinese Zodiac, whichever floats your boat. And then in November, we are going to be doing Fairies, Pixies, and Gnomes, oh my. Okay, so that's going to be what finishes out this year. Now, I'm in process of working on next year's events because I want to tell you all that we are going to be doing Designer Dragons again in January. So January 2027, we are going to be doing Designer Dragons. Now, the other events that I'm planning on doing is a heroine event, meaning any kind of female warrior, somebody who's in, doesn't even need to be in battle fatigue or armor, but, just obviously a female warrior holding some kind of weapon or some way for you to know that that's who she is, okay? So that's the heroine event. And then also mythological creatures. So here's where you get all of your Pegasus and your Loch Ness monsters and your Bigfoot canvases, and any of those mythological creatures will do. If you have a werewolf, now's a good time. If you wanted to do a unicorn, that would be good too. So yeah, there's all kinds of possibilities. So I want to make sure that you guys are getting thoughts together and canvases together if you don't already have one. And then the last one for next year is going to be the Chuckle and Giggle event. This is any canvas that when you look at it makes you laugh. That's all the criteria there is. You may do any subject matter as long as it makes you laugh when you look at it. So that gives you lots of leeway, you guys. Okay? So that is the thought for next year. If you have any other suggestions, or you think one of these should be, more defined or have different parameters, put it in the comments. I'm willing to look at everybody's suggestions and see what we have to work with. You guys, all of the Dragonites are very, very, very bright. You're very intelligent, and you always come up with good ideas. So yeah, put it in the comment section if you can think of some other type of event you would like to try. I do not have all the dates yet assigned for all of the events, just the designer dragons, because we are going to start off next year the right way. We are going to have a designer dragon event, because boy, I have all these dragon canvases, and they need to be done. So there you go. You'll be seeing more canvases of dragons, don't worry, this year, because I'm going to do them for a lot of these events. So that's all coming up. Okay, let's talk completions. Now, as some of you know, I'm starting just kind of a stack of the little 20 by 20s that I'm going to be sending off to my friend for her craft fair. So this past month of February, I was doing two little angels, and they're kind of I'm okay with one I wasn't happy about. You'll see why. So this first one, I'm going to show you here you go. That is the thumbnail. Now that's what she's supposed to look like, but now remember, she's a 20 by 20. So yeah, her face just went away when the drills were filled in. Okay, so anyway, here she is. So what I ended up having to do is I did give her a face there. I changed out the eyes for some ABs so that you could see that she does have eyes. And then there's a little mouth kind of half drawn, half lined in. So I used the lines that were on the canvas, and then I kind of accented it with some permanent pen, because she didn't have a face, guys. It was a little creepy, honestly. Although, okay, she's still a little creepy. But at least now you can see that there is a face there. So anyway, the colors were pretty. I was worried you weren't going to be able to see the stained glass window. You can't really see it because the drill's covered up, but it's okay. I mean, it looks like a sun behind her, which is fine. Or a moon, either one. You can make out that she has wings, so I was happy to see that. But yeah, pretty colors, but yeah, very washed out. So I was worried about the next one because the angel in the next one was sleeping. So she only just had a little bit, like a little grin line for an eye, and a little grin line for a mouth. And I thought, oh, she's going to look like Willowbrook too, because I thought there's no way. But she actually was okay. I did have to go over the drills that covered the lines that were her eye and her mouth, but I think it came off better on this one. Now she's supposed to look like this. There she is. Okay. And so she came out okay. I ended up having to, again, trace over her eye and her mouth because, when you put down the drills, it covers it up. So yeah, there wasn't really any room to have the lines show between drills like you can if it's larger. These are very tiny, so you don't really get that option. But, you can see that she does have wings, so you can see her wings. And, you can also see that she's got little hearts. These are little hearts all over. So it's very cute. Yeah, and she's supposed to be sleeping. So, she's okay. Not my favorite, but, she wasn't terrible. I really didn't like the other one, but this one was okay. She still looks like she's a little sleeping fairy. So, yeah, all good. But I loved the colors. It was crazy confetti, but oh, pretty colors. So, so pretty. So, yeah, this electric blue color is beautiful. This $7.96 through here, so pretty. So, yeah. So, those were the two little ones that I did for the month. And then, some of you know that I was participating in Crafty Chef Diamond's Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0 Bejeweled Penguin event. I'm not penguin, oh my gosh. Bejeweled Peacock event. And so I finished my canvas for that one. And so, Yeah, so I will show you her. Yeah, she came out very, very pretty. I was so pleased with the beautiful, beautiful sparkly diamonds that were in here. Oh, so pretty. She came with one AB, which was fine. I did use that AB, and I really didn't feel the need to do any more because that AB did its job. You can see it's also in these little sparkles that are kind of all over. And then she had nice specialty drills, so I didn't worry about actually, you know, doing any more substitution because the colors were so pretty. You know, they were pink and mauve and lavender and purple, and they were just beautiful. This is a partial, so the, you know, like for instance, her face is painted on, so you don't have to, you know, worry about it putting anything in. Now I did use a Wink of Stella glitter marker for the little reflection points in her eyes. This one has already been sealed and is ready to either be framed or put in the portfolio. I think she'll be in the portfolio for now, but I would frame her because she's really pretty. I love how the flowers came out. They were very, very pretty. All of that was beautiful. Her headband was so pretty. I liked her earrings that were made of special drills. They were very pretty. Love those. And her necklace, very sparkly. And then her bodice was very pretty, and her skirt, beautiful colors. Now you can see that there's stitching here in her bustier that doesn't have any drills. So that was painted on, but there was no place for drills to go. So yeah, and only the centers of the peacock feathers were actually drills. But when I sealed this, I sealed the entire thing because I don't know what they used to paint the canvas. I don't know if it's going to last or not last. So I would like it to always look the way it does now. So I sealed all the paint in the same time I sealed in the drills. And you can see, you know, the polyacrylic, the Minwax polyacrylic is just so easy and so beautiful to work with. I mean, all of the flashy diamonds are still flashy. Like, you know, look at her throat. Look at the one at her throat. Look at her necklace. Beautiful, beautiful, faceted, clear, sparkly. Her earrings, all the big jewels. Nothing's foggy, nothing's pasty. All the painted area stayed painted when I went over it with the sealant. So yeah, I was very pleased with how this came out. The flowers were so beautiful. The little fans that she's holding were so pretty. So yeah, I absolutely loved her. I absolutely loved her. She took a minute to complete, and that's okay. I would probably, you know, if I had an opportunity, I would probably do this one again because it was so much fun. I mean, technically it's a partial, but there was plenty of drills that needed to be placed. She is a diamond dots. So yeah, the drills were beautiful. I didn't have any problem with them. They were uniform in size. They were very pretty. There was no pitting behind them. They were in good shape. They went together beautifully. The glue was really good. So yeah, there was no problems here. I mean, it was just beautiful. So much fun to work on when all of the supplies are the way they're supposed to be. It makes a difference. It does. I think we all know that. So yes, I was very pleased with her. So I love Kelly Horton, who is the artist. I have several of hers, and I just love the way that she depicts, you know, the women in her artistry. So yeah, I have the fortune teller that she did for Diamond Dots. I have the Sagittarius astrological mermaid group that she has. I had the narwhal, which I gave to Neil to do for the Under the Sea event, which came out beautiful as well. So I have one more too that I can't think of right off the bat, but I love her work. It's just so pretty. And I don't mind a good partial because I can't draw. And so I love that they can do in the background, they can depict, you know, the sparkle, and they can do the shine, and they can make the the little trails of, you know, I like it. And I know I couldn't do that. And if I tried to do it with drills, it probably wouldn't look this way. So I am really okay with the fact that this is how she came out and how she looks. I think she's really, really pretty. I really love how she was rendered. Yeah, I didn't have a single problem, not one issue to speak of. It was just beautiful. And I think I paid $17.99 for her, and she was well worth it. She would have been worth 3 times that. So yeah, she was an absolute pleasure. So pretty. I think it took me maybe 6 hours total, including all the hair and all the jewelry and everything. I think that was start to finish. So not bad, really. It was about a 3-session thing for me, which is good. I appreciated it because I was working on other things as well. I'm still doing that. So yeah, she was a lot of fun, and I watched her come together, and I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. She was very pretty. You know, she worked up well. The sealant went on beautifully. Yeah, there's no bad here. I was really pleased with it. So that is Peacock Feathers from Diamond Dots. I believe that she's still over there, and I think she's still $17.99. So yeah, if you like her, you know, and you think she's as pretty as I think she is, I would encourage you to go pick her up because she's a great one. I haven't been upset with any of the Kelly Horton line, so I think it's well worth it. So anyway, if you are a beginner, you're fairly new, I think partials like this are a good place to start because it's a doable thing. Now she's a 30 by 40, but you know, even a 30 by 40 full canvas that has drills all over it can be a little intimidating when you're first starting out. So I think it's a good idea though to get to do partials like this because there's enough drills where you're still putting on a bunch of drills, but because there are painted areas, it gives you the perspective, what you should expect to see and look for in a full canvas. So, you know, I think it's a good idea to see it because we all know sometimes when you get a 30 by 40, sometimes it looks beautiful and sometimes it doesn't because of the detail that you can or cannot get. So when you have part of it painted, you don't have to worry about the detail. It's painted in there, so it's done for you. You don't have to worry about, are the drills going to mess it up? So, and you still get the benefit and the pleasure, you know, of doing this, the woman's hair and her headband and her dress, her jewelry, all the roses and the peacock feathers around it, you know, all the twinkle. So yeah, I think it's really, really pretty. I would encourage you to try her because she is absolutely beautiful. All right, and then last but not least, I think you guys probably remember last March, which was my anniversary month, I was doing a little diamond painting of these 2 dragons that were blue and white that I called Mated Forever. And this poor little thing whipped along for 11 months. It almost took me a year, you guys, because I was doing so many other things and I was doing events and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, I finally finished it. So I'm going to move the peacock lady so that you can see it has been completed. I'm very pleased with how it came out. It's really, really pretty. I did substitute, I want to say 3 drills, a blue, a white, and I want to say a gray, maybe. I was really pleased with the white. It had 3865, so it had winter white drills. I substituted 5200 ABs for that. And I'm so glad I did because what it ended up doing is it really outlined with brilliance this particular color because this color was placed as an outline color. So what I did, and there's even a couple lines here on what I assume is the male dragon, and they each had 1 in their eye, so it's perfect. I love how that turned out. And then what I did is in the water behind them, I interspersed it with the regular drills that were going in here so that some of the water would shimmer, since it's in front, they're in front of a waterfall, but not every single drill because that would have been too much. So, you know, I just did a little here, a little there. And then you can kind of see there's little spots of blue sparkle that are in the male dragon and a little bit in his face. That's just where that particular symbol fell. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I thought it came out really nicely. And again, this is another 30 by 40, but it's beautiful. This was a good size for this one because you get all of the definition that you need. You can make out the waterfall, you can make out the lake, you can make out the background, that there's, you know, land and trees in the background, and you make out how beautiful. I really love how this was rendered. I mean, if you look here, you can even make out their individual chest plates of their scalage of their armor, hers and his both. I mean, it's beautiful. And you can only, because it's a two-dimensional thing, you can only do that with different colors of drills. I mean, you have to render that in or you don't get it. And I know that you've all, like me, we've all had them where things that should have been rendered in by using additional colors were not. And it's so disappointing, especially if you can see it in the picture and then you don't get it when the drills are down. So, oh, I was so happy with this one. But yeah, I mean, if you look closely, like uncomfortably close, you can see that you really get all of that detail. All of their chest plates, you get the horns, you get their eyes looking at each other. I mean, yeah, it's stunningly beautiful. I'm sorry you can't get the full effect of the ABs, but oh, is it pretty. So yes, and 30 by 40s are 12 by, what are they? 12 by 16, I think, is the size of the frame that you would get, which are readily available anywhere you go. You can get them at Michael's even. I try to wait till they're on sale, like buy one, get two free. Then I can get triple the amount for the same amount of money. And so then I stock up on the sizes of diamond paintings specifically. So if I want to frame it, I can. I mean, there are some sizes that you can get at diamond paintings where they're not going to have it and you're going to have to look elsewhere. But they have, you know, on their sales, they have up to a 16 by 20. I think they even have 18 by 24s, which is like a poster size. But 16 by 20, I mean, that's a 50 by 60. So, you know, or 40, let's see. Yes, so it's 50 by 60. You know, they're just easy to go to. Another place where you might find nice frames, thrift stores have them. Goodwill has them. You know, a lot of people remove paintings and whatever, and they discard the frames. And so, you know, you can get them very inexpensive, and sometimes they're beautiful, and all they need is a little bit of refinishing, and they're just gorgeous. So, you know, up to you. Or you can put it in a portfolio, whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, really, really pretty. I was so pleased with this one. I really liked it. Took me longer than it should have, but that's okay. It whipped along until I had time to kind of put it in there with everything. And yeah, so pretty. I was so pleased with it. I loved how it came out. I loved the definition. You can make out their ears even, you know, where their ears are versus where their horns start. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Don't let the size of a painting necessarily dissuade you, because sometimes a 30 by 40 is beautiful and sometimes it's pixelated, and sometimes the only way to know is you have to order it or you have to try to see if you can see the render on the screen. But if it's a budget friendly, you don't always get to do that. So sometimes you're taking a little bit of a risk. I don't mind if something is a little bit pixelated. That doesn't bother me, but I know for some people that's absolutely a deal breaker for 100%. Okay, I get that. But I loved this artwork so much. It was worth it to me to get this one to see if I could make it. This was an Amazon painting, And I thought, I'm just going to see, you know, if I can make this look like it's supposed to look. And by golly, it came out really pretty. I was so pleased with it. Yeah, so that's happening. Okay, what am I working on? Well, of course I'm doing planes, trains, and automobiles. So I'm working on that one. I'm going to put this one aside over here. So I've been working on this crazy 60s van right here. It's a little VW. I like it. It's coming along. I'm at the halfway point, and I think it's really pretty. I really like it. So yeah, I'm enjoying working on it. It's very colorful. A little bit of crazy amounts of confetti. I mean, 3 or 4 drills in this color, 5 or 6 drills in that color, 1 or 2 drills in this color. It's a little bit maddening, but it's paying off. And I did do a lot of substitution in this one because it was so colorful. I didn't want to lose that in the adding of the drills. So there are 3 fairy dust and 3 ABs currently working on it in this particular painting, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, it's coming out really well. So that is one thing I'm working on. And the other thing I'm working on, this is just for myself. I'm working on this. I am working on Ann Stokes. It's her winter dragon. Not the big, huge, insanely sized one at DAC, but you know, one that's workable. I'll show you the thumbnail so you can see kind of what it looks like in case you're not familiar with it. So that is the winter dragon. That's what he's called. So yeah, he's just kind of sitting there like a whitish blue dragon, and he's sitting on a branch. This is a Sun Natcher diamond painting. It's scalloped on the side. It's got a very soft canvas, and it's got ridiculous confetti. So you can see how far I've gotten. I'm just on row 2. I'm working in this section now, but he has a tail, so the tail is working here already, so that's good. And you can see the branch, and you can see the start of one of his legs. So we're coming along, but this one's probably going to have to whip along for a while because it is so big and it's so much confetti that there's not a lot of color blocking here. Looks like there should be, but no, it is all 100% confetti. I'm going to get it kind of close so you can see. Even the part that looks like it's one symbol is multiple symbols. So yeah, it's going to take me a minute, but you know, I'm enjoying working on it. And the other thing that I am working on right now, let me see if I can find it. I think it's this one. Yeah. Excuse me, guys. Is the Star Wars set for my friend for his birthday. So when I finish the van, I'm going to continue to work on this as time and energy allows. His birthday is the 21st. I don't know. Am I going to make it? I don't know. But I can show you at least how it's coming along. I have completed some of them. So they're fun, but there's a lot of 310 on these. But yes, so I'll show you. So they look kind of like this, you know, in their naked form, right? Before you put the drills on, like that's Han Solo, Stormtrooper, Grievous, or not Grievous, Palpatine. So, but here's some that are finished. So here's R2-D2. He came out adorable. He has, this kit came with 3 ABs, and then the rest of it is all fairy dust. So lots of sparkle. So there's R2. And then I did Yoda, Master Yoda, because he's really cool. I like him a lot too. Yeah, he's really cool. And of course, Princess Leia. Had to get her finished because speaking of heroines, you know, we do our female warrior event next year. She would be a good one, Princess Leia. If you've got a Star Wars one that you're dying to do that has her on it, I would say you should totally do it because she's awesome. Even if she does have buffin head, you know, hairdo, what can you do? So yeah, so I'm enjoying them. So far I'm 3 in, and this is a set of 12. It's a lot, you guys. It's really a lot. So wish me luck getting those finished. But hoping I can get them in there and get them finished and pop them in the mail to him. We'll see how that goes. But they're coming along. You know, I'm really enjoying doing them. And they're square drills, so I don't say that lightly. You know how I feel about squares, you guys. But, yep, so far, all of the mini dazzles are all squares. So, yeah, I mean, I am not the most gracious diamond painter, so my edges are, yeah, looking a little rough, but that's okay. I don't think he'll notice at all, and, you know, it'll be fine. That is what is happening now. I am going to be working on a couple other things that I need to get finished or try to get finished before the end of the month. So I'll keep you guys, you know, abreast of that one. And that is all I have for the completions, you guys. And my whips going into March. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And remember, you're Dragonites. These are hard times that we're living in, but your inner dragon can keep you afloat in ways you can't imagine. And people need your dragon spirit to get them through, because there's a lot of very unhappy people. So just remember, you are the living incarnation of the greatest, most amazing creature that ever was. And so you have the ability to lead and to help people to do what needs to be done. So don't hesitate, Dragonites. It's your calling. This is your time to shine. So don't forget that. And remember, always be a dragon. Spread your wings. Protect those you love. Have fiery passion. Stay strong, slay your fears, and always fly high, rise up, and soar. All right, Dragonites. I have a couple of unboxings coming to show you, and a couple of other videos that I've got planned that are in the planning process. So I will be around as much as I can. I missed all of you guys while I was out of touch with the channel. So, but I'm back now. So we're going forward. Please make sure that you get signed up for Walk Like an Egyptian. It's going to be fun, I hope, and I want you guys to have a good time in that event, and we're going to have some pretty cool prizes, I think. So, yeah, get signed up by the 25th. All right, guys, have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.